what if tomorrow was the day where everything just started to fall into place and you quit today? Would you want that for yourself? Or do you feel like, you know what, maybe I just need a break. If I'm not feeling confident in myself, there's something deeper going on. Maybe I just need a day off. Maybe I just need to just bake or go outside. That's my go-to. I'm just gonna do
Mhm.
something else.
Yeah.
It'll come back. You just have to, I think taking action is so powerful.
Mm. Goosebumps. I just got full body goosebumps when you said that. Because things become clear in action, right? You move forward, you
hmm
take a step forward, you know, then you're met with support, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Great. Welcome to Love Magic Miracles. I'm Alina GG. And if you're a soul led entrepreneur who wants to make a big impact in the world, you're in the right place. And if you'd love to weave feminine embodiment into your everyday and quantum leap every area of your business and love life to new heights, then plug into these conversations with these inspiring thought leaders and hit subscribe, comment, like, and share with someone you care about today. Hi, it's Alina GG from Love Magic Miracles, and I have an exciting announcement. Doors are officially open to the Safe to Be Seen Accelerator program. Now, this 12-week container is for you if you're sick of playing small, you're done hiding, you're ready to embody your messaging and your business, and you really want to show up at that next level and feel good about it. For years, I felt like it actually wasn't safe to be seen, and if I'm honest, it was because it was subconscious. It wasn't really conscious. I couldn't really tell you why I felt unsafe to be seen. It wasn't like everyone really was going to judge me or tell me I wasn't good enough, but it was actually more my inner critic telling me, right? That voice inside my head. And I don't know if we can really silence that inner critic. I don't know if anyone can ever really do that, but we can turn that volume down. And I'm here to hold space for others to do that, right? To really connect deeper in to those visibility blocks and start to turn the volume down on your inner critic and then turn the volume up on your self-expression and who you are and your purpose and your messaging and your aliveness and your brilliance and get it out in the world. So if this excites you, head on over to lovemagicmiracles.com, check out the Safe to Be Seen Accelerator program and the testimonials, and join now. Hello, it's Alina GG from Love Magic Miracles, and I have a very special guest for you today. I have Lindsay Maloney, and she is a business coach known for her transformative coaching strategies that she also created the popular Dream Client Code. And Lindsay's here today to talk about how to set up a business that runs with ease, that you don't need to complicate and overthink. And her strategies are sustainable and profitable. And Lindsay also is a homeschooling mom of three and lives in small town North Dakota. So welcome aboard, Lindsay.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolute pleasure. So let's start with, okay, with your evolution of your business strategies, what wasn't working and how did you have to pivot and how did you get to where you are now?
Well, when I first started 10 plus years ago, I was listening to probably the same people you listen to, the big names out there. And I thought I needed to just, if I just did what they did, then I could repeat their results, right? And that meant listening to things like do webinars every month or every quarter, have these big launches, hire a team, just all these strategies that we've heard over and over and over again. And so I went into this thinking, I know I have to do this differently. I have a full-time job. My kids were a lot younger then. And so I knew I had to operate on my business on nap times when my kids were sleeping. They don't nap anymore, but they're older. And I have groomed my business to only need that small amount of time from me without hiring a team and without doing all the things that they told me to do, because I realized one day that no one can really tell you how to run your business because they don't know what your day is like 24/7. They No one has the same life. No one has the same lifestyle when they wake up in the morning. It's all different. So when I see so many coaches thinking they need all the templates, just tell me what to do, tell me what to say, when and where and how. And they think that they can replicate your results. And that's just not how it is. And so when I realized that that's just not going to work for me, I have to do this on my own terms, on how I decided I wanted my business to revolve around my family, not my family to revolve around my business, because it was kind of getting mixed up a little bit. So I had to just kind of look at everything that was making me pull my hair out and redo it all the way Lindsay would want this done years down the road, looking back. And I just started doing it then. And then all of a sudden, things just started to fall into place.
Mm, that's great. I love that. So you almost reverse engineered it, did you?
I reverse engineer everything. That's just how my brain works. I pick what I want and then I reverse engineer it and just make it happen. All I need to know is what do I want this to look like? And then I can go.
Fantastic. So when clients are coming to you right now, are they just like, I need to make more money in my business? Is that their main problem that they're like, just show me how to make more money?
I don't really attract people who have that thought. I attract people
Okay.
who want a business that can work with their family.
Okay.
And like some clients that I work with, she went from she owned her own company. Her kids were in school and she had her business. And then 3 months after working together, she started homeschooling her. I have a homeschool influence on people. She started homeschooling her kids. She really cut down the hours that she was putting into her company because she let her team. This was a totally separate company that she was running and she simplified all of her business systems. She was listening to all the gurus out there suggesting to hire all the VAs and have them set up these complicated funnels and use these complicated systems and software to make your business give you these high results. And she wasn't getting any results from it. So we wiped the table clean. I always say, like, I'm like the Marie Kondo of your business. We're gonna completely gut this place and we're gonna make sure we're running. You can run lean. You can have a business, a highly profitable business, and run lean. And that's what we did for her. So she could homeschool her kids. She thought she had to do that only after, she was making this much money a month. And she started attracting people to her because she wasn't running her business off of desperation. She was running it
Mhm.
off of joy. And this is easy for me now. And I feel creative. And it's just fun to watch her and all my other clients come up with new ideas all the time because they're free of all that stress.
That's beautiful. I love that. I relate to that. When I'm in that flow, when I'm relaxed in my nervous system, when I'm connected to my self-expression and my higher purpose, then yeah, my content just flows. It all just comes out and I don't need to overthink it. And how about okay, balancing the creativity with planning. So we can strip it all back, but what's essential? What are some key components to a thriving business that we still need in there?
The key components are the business ecosystem that I go off of and I teach is it's three parts. I like to look at it as we have to be even balance on all three sides. Coaching packages on one side, in the middle, let's do like a signature program where if someone can't work with you privately, they could dive into this program and just and get great results with that without you having to go on calls. And then the left side, I'm talking with my hands, the left side would be low ticket offers. And I kind of went with the low ticket offer theme a couple of years ago and just started launching them like month after month because I wanted to have what I saw for myself in the future was having people buy things from me and getting quick wins.
Mm-hmm.
And they do that now. It's not about quick wins for me, it's about quick wins for them. They can buy this course, they can move forward. Everyone is so used to hearing like you got to invest in high ticket programs and you got to
Mm-hmm.
high
Mm-hmm.
ticket, high ticket, high ticket. That's just not the way it is anymore. I believe the
Mm-hmm.
coaching industry has changed. Everyone's tired of that. They just
Mm-hmm.
want to move. And
Mm-hmm.
if we're not allowing those little stepping stones, they're not
Mm-hmm.
going to move. They
Mm-hmm.
get into these big programs, they feel stuck, they're not getting any support. They're $10,000 in debt for literally no reason.
Mm-hmm.
How many people buy my $43 offer saying this is way more valuable than the $9,000 program I just
Mm-hmm.
invested in? And I just like to do things differently. It bothers people, but that means you're doing something right.
Agreed. Agreed. So, could you give me an example of a low ticket offer and what type of key transformation would come from that?
One example would be, let's say I have a $5 membership and
Mm-hmm.
people could join that and they can just it's kind of like the person who's, it's like the Netflix of coaching. If you
Mm-hmm.
just want to dive into a bunch of master classes, templates, how to do all these different things, you could just submerge yourself in that and just be there for a while. Or another thing, you don't have to go membership style. You could create a mini course, $27 mini course that gives someone a quick win. I have one called Ready for Clients. And I created that years ago because I saw that people were establishing coaching businesses, but they weren't actually ready for it. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to give them like, this is like the 101 before you start, saying you're ready for
Mm-hmm.
clients. You need to have all this down first. And so
Mm-hmm.
then I made that. I just see little needs out there,
Mm-hmm.
little small monumental moments that you need, and I will make a course for it so you can grab it and move forward.
Great. So what are some things that we need to have in place to be ready for clients if someone's coming in fresh in that situation and they're like, I'm ready to go. I've got, all these things in place, but are you using Asana, is it
Mhm.
yeah? Is that one of the things that you recommend there?
I'm not going to recommend us. I would recommend Asana if you want to work with your clients in like a project management system. That's just how I've always done it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we have to go back. There's so many people who say they're ready for clients. Why am I not getting clients? And they're missing huge foundational pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have a Calendly link on your Instagram profile doesn't mean that people are going to give you $8,000 to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have a paragraph that says you have a package, that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean anything. The mistake that most coaches are making right now is they're not clear with themselves or with everyone who's watching them, who they're helping and how they're helping them. I can't tell you how many times I review a coach's Instagram bio or website and I am incredibly confused because I don't know who they're talking to. They're either
Mm-hmm.
all over the place or they're trying to be like Walmart and they're trying to sell to everybody. It just
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be concrete and so crystal clear to everyone who comes upon you. Otherwise, they're just going to keep on looking.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing. Then
Mm-hmm.
having, basic things, systems set up in your business, like your website, coaching packages, what happens when they want to work with you? Are you having them apply to work with you? Those things, get those done now. Don't wait until your first client comes in. Get them
Mm-hmm.
all done now because once that client applies and you need to give them the link or whatever your process is,
Mm-hmm.
you're ready and it doesn't look like your first rodeo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good points. Like I feel like every purchase, that a customer makes, you want it to be easy for them to pay and easy for them to work with you. And Donald Miller, um,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yes.
Donald Miller, 3 steps to buy, make it easy, map it out for them. We want to know how to buy, step one, step two, step three. This is how you work with me. So that's great. Yeah,
Hmm.
keep it simple, keep it clear. Lovely. So are there any other foundational pieces when someone's looking to get some new clients and yeah, go through that process?
Showing up and just being who you are. I mean, I have a client who's coming in right now and she wants to work with me because she wants a business like mine. It's not because I don't have, like I spent this much on ads this month and this is how much I made. I don't reveal that kind of stuff. That's not what she's looking for. She's looking at how I show up. I post on stories once a day. I post consistently. I talk about my family, what I'm doing during the day alongside my business. She
Mm-hmm.
sees the things that I sell, how I help people, who
Mm-hmm.
you are as a whole. That's what people are investing in when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to one-on-one coaching, not because of the things that you're probably thinking. It's who you are. This is a big deal for people to invest. So it's more important than ever to really show people who you are. You don't have to like go live every day. Last time I went live was probably years ago. You have to find your own sweet spot and be consistent with it, and it'll work.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's really good advice. Thank you. So, okay, I just had another thought. What's front of mind for you at the moment? Like, what else would you like to see change in this industry?
Something that I would love to see people not feel so defensive about is the process of booking clients. A couple of years ago, I went on my last discovery call and I have been booked out ever since. I think coaches are brainwashed to think that the only way to bring in clients is to go on a free consult call or a free discovery call. I just don't have time for that. And it makes me anxious just thinking about doing them. I
Mm-hmm.
decided that that's just not how I want to bring clients in. I'm going to show up so people already feel like they know me. And that's through my low ticket offers.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they're ready to work with me, they'll ask me and I'll send them the link and we'll go. And I thought
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy when I first started implementing that. And
Mm-hmm.
within the first month of me doing that, I had two clients come in that way. And then ever since then, I'm overbooked still, always overbooked because that's just how I do things and people actually like it. So I created an offer at the beginning of this year that shows people an actually unique way to do this, and you'd be surprised the arguments I will get in Facebook ads that people are just kind of mad that I created a different way to do this. And how, um, people get very uncomfortable with something different. And
Mm-hmm.
it kind of makes me laugh a little bit, but there is just another way. This is not the only thing. Some of the big, like bro marketing style businesses will
Mm-hmm.
comment, if you will get more sales if you go on more sales calls every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, yeah, but sir, I would rather be sitting at the dining room table with my daughter, showing
Mm-hmm.
her how to write and read than
Mm-hmm.
going on a discovery call. That's my priority. And so if I want to make this work, I'm going to have
Mm-hmm.
to make my own way. And I have, and I teach it.
That's great. And look, is it different for men and women?
Of course, it's different because we're wired differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say that, no, it's the same for everybody. I have
Yeah.
a lot of men in, the Dream Client Code,
Mm-hmm.
who are very successful and a lot of women who are very successful, but I see them doing it differently. And that's what makes me happy is they're making it their own.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I love that messaging. Like we are individuals and we're here with our own, blueprint and purpose and uh, genius zone. We're here with our
Hmm.
own gifts that we potentially came into the world with. And, if we're to grow those gifts and share them and come from service, then we need to honor them and we need to express them and we need to be true to ourselves and go within and listen. Like, have you got a spiritual practice that you help drown out all the noise? Do you
Yeah, I
meditate?
mean,
Do you
every
pray?
morning,
Yeah.
no, I don't meditate, I pray.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always make sure I'm reading from the Bible every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go and open my inbox without reading, today's reading or journaling and just sitting there with my eyes shut and praying, because that's the only time that I can have that silence. That has to come before I'm in this, because this is a lot. I have to fill. That's the only way I can fill my cup. I don't need personal development. I don't need any of that stuff. I know what I need and I make sure I get it every single day.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. I feel like when we just make it about us and what we need, we just get stuck in, our ego and our selfish needs. And it's so tempting out
Hmm.
there. There's just too much consumerism. And it's like we need to we need to really like be strong in our mind and our body and yeah, I think that's really important. Lately I've been going to Pilates and building up my strength in my body more and that body mind
Hmm.
connection is very interesting as well.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. If I don't take care of myself in the morning physically and mentally and spiritually
Mm,
before I come into this room, I don't I just can't. I don't even know what that would feel like because I haven't done that in years, but I can't imagine a day just coming in here and not doing that and having to respond to messages in my inbox and messages on social media. I feel like I would be pouring from fumes. There's just no way I could do that.
yeah. Great point, especially, as a homeschooling mom and nutrition as well. Do you eat well and yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
absolutely. I think that's really important. I
Mm,
mean, I think I overanalyze everything, of course, but I like if I eat this, I know I'm going to feel this way. So I always think of the future. How do I want to feel tonight? How do I want to feel tomorrow? If it's like, my daughter's birthday or whatever, of course I'm going to eat the cake and the ice cream. But
mm,
I'm very conscious of how do I want to feel later? And
mhm.
I'm always thinking of the future. I always joke to my husband because I always try to do as much as I can the night before. Um, like just even setting out the coffee grounds or just all these little things for me. I'm doing this for tomorrow, Lindsay. I'm doing this for tomorrow,
Yeah.
Lindsay. Like I'm always trying to set myself up for success.
Yeah, great. So it's like doing something that your future self will be thankful for. Yeah, that's
Always.
nice. Yeah. And does your husband work in the business with you?
Nope, he does not. I communicate with him what's going on and
Mhm.
what I'm doing. He's very supportive, but no, it's just me.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's good. That's great. You seem very confident and you trust your vision. Have you always been that way?
Yeah, I've always known, I have always had faith that I'm not here for, I'm here for more. That
Mhm.
was like my first thought when I started 13 years ago with health
Mhm.
coaching. I'm
Mhm.
here for more. I don't know what that is, but I'm just going to keep following. I trust
Mhm.
God. I'm just
Mhm.
going to go and see where this goes.
Great. Yeah, that's good. That's good. You're aligned. Yeah,
Hmm.
fantastic. So who inspires you then?
My kids, I mean, I see my kids all day long. We're homeschool family, and it's important to me for them to see a mother who tries and isn't afraid to try, who loves to learn, who loves to, loves to create and make things and help people. I want them to see that, and it inspires me to keep doing it, to show them like this is possible for you. I would have never thought, growing up, we would have never thought we could work from home or do any of those things.
Hmm.
But it is possible to have your own business, to help other people around the world.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like I love that. That makes me
Mhm.
so happy. And it inspires me. They inspire me to just keep doing better every day and just to be the best mom. My husband bought me a sign for Mother's Day and it said, "You're the mom that everyone wishes they had." And I just love that because,
Mm.
not everybody can say that. And I
Yeah,
feel blessed to have somebody give that to me.
that's really great. Are you in a mastermind or have you got other like friends who are entrepreneurs that you bounce ideas off?
No, I don't. I'm not in a mastermind. I don't do, I don't do well in a group setting. I like
Mm-hmm.
to lead. And when I want to learn something, I will go and invest and learn it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't. Part of it's because I don't have the time to. I just don't have
Mm-hmm.
the capacity. And
Mm-hmm.
others as it's just not my learning style. It's just not my
Mm-hmm.
learning style.
Hmm. So how do you like to learn something new, like a one-on-one with someone or from just a course, or how would you like prefer to learn something?
Usually if it's like let's say if it's like a Facebook ad thing, for example, I'll go and invest in a course and I'll learn it, or I'll just try it myself and figure it out. I'm
Mm-hmm.
good with I work better, just let me do it and then let me make mistakes and then I'll figure it out myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And and what's your vision then? So what are you growing towards? Like are you where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you have a clear vision of that?
Um, 5 years from now, that makes me sad because then I think how old my kids would be. 5 years from now, our days would be different. Our homeschool days would be different, vastly different. So I feel like I could take on more private clients. Um, and I think that would be great. I've always kind of had, the same amount, a little bit overbooked for years because that's just all I can that ha have the capacity for. I could take on more clients. I could, keep investing in marketing. I think that's kind of the road that I'm on right now is investing bigger in marketing and just kind of focusing on that. Um, and just kind of see where our family goals are and things like that. And I don't worry about the future. I don't worry about anything like that. I'm just here. I'm just going to
Mm,
prepare myself for what I can do.
make the best of what you got on a day-to-day basis,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. I live the same way. Yeah, it's a great way to be because there's peace in that, and we can't control the future, and we're not meant to really. So
Mm-mm.
it's better to be present where you are and be grateful for what you have, and
Hmm.
keep helping make other people with those transformations. Yeah. So do you have any inspiring stories of clients that you've helped or how you've changed their lives through your work?
Lots of clients. Just this past year has been really fun working with. it seems the audience I attract has become more aligned with how I live my life, and I love that. Just seeing moms come. I can think of one. She is a homeschool. She already was a homeschool mom. She had a
Mhm.
huge podcast, and she just had some courses that were just not selling, really good courses. And I thought we just could package them up differently. We could, are you selling these? And just it's shocking to me how people just don't sell what they have. I don't understand that. But so we planned how she can sell them. We planned how she can package them up into different bundles and plan, the rest of the summer how she can continue to sell her other packages. And she thought, gosh, my list is going to be kind of shocked because I usually just do friendly emails, like go listen to the podcast kind of stuff. I don't really sell to them. And this was I think it was an $80 course. And like, let's just do it. Let's just see what happens and see if the audience is still warm for you. And she made $1,000 in that one, just in that one day with an $80 course. So her audience obviously loves her and they love what she does. And it's just kind of funny how if you would actually just sell something, people would buy it. Don't be afraid to sell. And I convince all of my clients, like, if we're going to complain and be fearful over sales not coming in, when's the last time you sold on social media, on your email list? I don't, or I haven't, or I don't want to. I'm afraid. That's not helping anybody. So when you look at it as removing the dollar signs out of your eyes, which I do to a lot of clients, and do this for your serving people by helping them, then the ties to I need a sale, that is cut, and you're doing this for other people and not just for your own, I want to see some more money in my bank account kind of thing.
Mhm. So a good way to sell, so you're saying so through socials, through your email list and on the podcast as well, having like an intro and outro with a call to action.
I believe she had recorded like mini commercials to put inside of her podcast too.
Mm, mm.
Mhm. But
That's
she
good.
had a loyal following, a loyal podcast listeners, and social media, but she just wasn't selling. I think she was just afraid, and she had nothing to be afraid of.
Mm. Well, that sounds great. That sounds achievable. And it sounds like you said, like a baby step, right? A step forward. It doesn't have to be the whole thing mapped out. It's like, try this, just show up, make offers.
Hmm.
Because if people don't know how they can work with you and we're holding that in, then we're keeping that from them. So it becomes, it's, you know what I mean? That, yeah, that's right. The money is just a byproduct of helping someone.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think we get so we're very close to our businesses. We created them, and we almost get to a point where we assume everyone is as close to it as we are. And we're
Mm,
wondering, if you're that close, why aren't you buying? Why aren't you booking me as your coach? They're listening to 1,000 other people online in all
mm,
different areas, right?
mhm,
So your job is to stay consistent with how you're showing up in front of them, not just like when you feel like it or when you have something to say. You have to show up, and your content needs to be so potent that it's going to make them stop scrolling and, whoa, what did she just say? I need to save this. I need to like it. I need to share it, whatever it is. Your stuff needs to be, it cannot be like 2016, 2017 style stuff. This needs to be like stuff that stops people in their tracks and makes them pay attention to what you have to say. Because every time you say something, you just blow people's minds. That's what it needs to be.
okay, so that's it. So that's your definition of being potent with your social media marketing. It's being so dialed into your messaging that it's like they're like, "Whoa, I needed to hear that today."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that's great. That makes sense because otherwise it's just sort of fluff, isn't it? Like what are people
Mm-hmm.
doing? It's not there needs to be substance there, but I think people's BS radars are stronger, like more
Oh
attuned.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They
So,
are. And I audited an Instagram feed yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and she had just had, just quotes on her feed. And I said, this worked a long time ago. Just check the box, post on Instagram, throw a quote on there, and you're good, right? That doesn't work anymore.
mhm.
No one, it just doesn't. It doesn't sink in with anyone. We cannot do that. It's like lazy marketing. It's not even lazy. You're just like not doing anything. You have to
Mhm.
be present and sell your stuff in your stories, sell your stuff in your posts always be doing that. That's if it's a free app, right? You know, you guys all know Instagram is free and it will help you build your business. So let's use it to the maximum capacity that we can.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I like that. And so with podcasts, are there any that you love that you listen to that you, yeah, recommend?
I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm very
Mm.
careful with who I listen to if I
Mm.
listen, because I know I can get distracted really
Mm.
easily. I'm so focused on where I'm going. I know that if I listen to a bunch of other things, my brain will be like, hey, well, maybe we should try this, maybe we should try this.
Mm.
I know when I can listen to something and when I can't. And usually it's nope, we're not listening.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up. Yeah, because I define it as protecting your mental real estate.
Yeah, I love that.
Thanks. Yeah, and it's something I try to be aware of every day because it's just so there's so many distractions out there, and it's like seems like such a contradiction sometimes, like to be using social media for business, but then it's like, am I scrolling? What am I doing? What am I looking at? But it's like I want to see what people are doing or how they're doing things in a different way. But if we just start to change what we're doing for that because we think that's the latest quick fix, then that's not really a sustainable business strategy, is it?
No, it's like you're putting a band-aid over a rotted band-aid with a wound underneath that you just continue to ignore.
Mm, mm. Yeah, and you must see that a lot with people that come to you. They try different things and they have they ever tried something fully to completion?
I hope so. I mean, I see a lot of people doing it in the dream client code. Like we'll see people coming in and saying, okay, I got 7 sales and I booked a client with it because that's the point of it. It's you create an offer, you can book clients with it. I see people doing that. And the only reason why they're going from A to Z is because it's short and bite-sized and it's something that is explained well. So they can take action. It's not like, okay, well, I'll finish this later and I'll forget about it and collect the dust on your computer. That's not how my stuff is. It's you can take this and do it in an afternoon and you can see movement wins in one day.
That's great. That's very inspiring. That's in this day and age when we need things to be a bit faster, really. We're all a bit faster, let's face it.
Mhm.
Yeah, life used to be slower. But okay, so with that, sometimes it is important to slow down, right? And just like unplug. Do you unplug and slow down and just tap out?
Yeah. Right now, social media is really, I have a very large marketing campaign going. And so I try to keep up with all the questions that I get a lot. So I don't even know if it's as much as unplugging, but it's more boundaries for me.
Mhm.
How much I communicate and how I communicate with the people on the other side of the screen. I am very rigid on that. Like I won't go, the only time I'll go on a Zoom call is with a client.
Mhm.
Um, I don't coach one-on-one with anyone unless they're a client. I don't do group coaching. I don't do anything like that. Inside even my dream client code, I cannot review almost 2,000 different sales pages. That's how almost how many people we have in there right now. There's no way I could physically do that. So I have
Mhm.
to be strong with all of those boundaries.
Mhm.
Um, but like I said, in the morning, I get up really early. I get up at 4. And then while I'm, maybe walking on the treadmill, I'm going through all of my notifications. I'm clearing them all out. I like to stay on top of everything. Then I'm not going to check them for a while. I only check things when I've done the important chunks of things throughout my day. Then I'll go in and check. So I kind of stagger that throughout the day. And then, but my phone isn't ringing. It's not lighting up with any notifications. They're there. When I go in, then I'll see them. So it's kind of a mix of it. Um,
Mhm.
because I have to stay on top of things. I have a lot going on, and it's just me.
Mhm.
But I know when to stop and I know when to check. And I think right now in this stage of business, that's just the best I can do.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Turn off notifications. Like if you're listening to this and you haven't already done that, you got to turn off notifications for socials, for everything really, because is it your
Hmm.
life? Is it your your thoughts, your energy? Because, it just takes you off course. You have to be aligned to what you're doing and be focused and be present with yourself and others. Otherwise, we
Mm-hmm.
are really mindlessly glued to screens.
Yeah.
And I see, when my kids are on their iPads and they're teaching themselves, they're doing Duolingo, learning Japanese and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So that's great, but it's still a screen. And
Mm-hmm.
all the studies have shown with kids' brains and screens and how it changes them. And it's it's tricky. It's tricky to find that balance.
It
Do your kids
is.
have any, or are you really strict on that, or where are you? Where you
No,
at?
I'm not strict on it. I feel like if I'm strict with something, then one day they're gonna just go crazy with
Mm,
something.
mm,
And it was funny, I was watching
mm.
gosh, what was the show? Patty Duke. Do you know the old show Patty Duke from like the 60s? Like I
No.
love vintage television.
Okay.
And I was watching it, and they were all sitting around the breakfast table, the whole family. And she had a book at the table and she was reading it. And her parents scolded her because she shouldn't be reading, especially at the table right now. And I
Mm.
thought, how many people thought, okay, you're just reading all the time. There's something wrong. You can't be reading at the table. And now we've gone from maybe watching TV, like that's not as
Yeah.
bad anymore as you're eating dinner. Now it's we don't have devices at the table or anything like
Mm.
that. But I think every generation is going to have their set of like, you're going to have so much damage if you do this or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
do we know that? I don't know. I don't know that. I feel like I trust my kids. I trust my kids to, okay, I'm done. I'm going to go play. I'm going to go do this. I'm just not going to be rigid with something that I can see someday. Mom never let me do this, or mom never let
Mm.
me eat sugar, and now I'm just going to go crazy on it.
Yeah.
So I am lenient on it. I feel like they learn so much by just exploring their own interests. Like my daughter told me something today. She's just turned 10, and she told me something about some editing app that she's doing. I have no idea what she's talking about, but I'll listen. And I'm just happy that she knows how to research things and find the answers. I think that is such a
Mm.
good quality to have as a child, because I certainly didn't have that. I probably didn't have that letter of encyclopedia. And I'm like, if I don't know, I don't know, right? They're
Mm.
so lucky to grow up in that generation.
Mm. Yeah, that's right. Anything they want to know, they can just find out, which I think my kids are smarter than me for sure. They just,
Yeah, I
uh,
know. It's just amazing.
yeah. And so do you like books? Do you like reading yourself?
Oh yes, I love reading. I have always have a book, always reading multiple books at a time. One in case I'm downstairs, one in case I'm over here. Love reading. I think it's so important.
Have you got a favorite book or anything that springs to mind that?
All the books behind me are my favorite.
Mm.
Yeah. Right now I'm reading Mama Bear Apologetics. So I'm really liking that.
Wow. Okay. What's
Yeah.
that about?
It's about teaching your children apologetics for their faith and about preparing them for when they're older and how to defend themselves.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
really
right.
good.
Have you read any John Maxwell?
Sounds familiar.
Leadership
I don't know if
mainly.
I think so, but I don't know if I
Mm.
have anything that rings a bell.
Yeah, he's pretty good too. There's so much out there. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, all right. So let's wrap this up. Anything else front of mind that you want to, or any key messaging you want to relay before you head off?
Yeah, I would like to just, if anyone's listening that feels kind of caught between the way you want to run your business and the way you heard Susie Q on Instagram, how she runs her business, and you think you need to do it just the way like she does, you don't. You can do it your own way. You just have to have faith. And we're all going to be walking our own path anyway, so you might as well accept it and build it your own way. And if you need support, get support, but don't feel like you're doing something wrong because you want this to look like this instead of that. It's all going to come out in the end.
Beautiful. Yeah. And do you think when people are always looking outside of themselves, they're giving their power away?
Oh, definitely. I don't know how many times I'll tell people, give yourself permission to try it. I mean, I cannot come to your house and design your landing page for you. You have to do it. And the only way you're going to get feedback is if this offer is going to sell, is if you sell it. That's the only way. You have to be willing to try and fail and try and fail and try. And pretty soon, okay, now some people are picking it up. You have to keep trying and not let it don't take it personally. But we're
Mm.
never going to get to that winning offer, that winning, all of these clients are coming in just because I did this or said this. You're never going to get there unless you keep trying. And I know it can be exhausting sometimes when you feel like this is it, and nothing comes back. But don't give your power away to other people. You have to have it in yourself. Otherwise, no matter how much money you make, no matter how successful you are, it'll always be difficult. So why not make it easy now?
Mm. Great messaging. And how can people build their confidence then? What's something they can do to do that?
I say you have to just get out there and try. I
Hmm.
mean, you're only going to build confidence by selling, by writing, by speaking, whatever it is you do in your coaching business. You can't buy confidence. It's just, I mean, we were born confident, of course, right? Like I had all the confidence in the world when I was born. Everyone did. And then
Hmm.
all of a sudden it gets lost, it gets messed up, it gets all these things. And now we're supposed to sell to the internet. Like no one has prepared us for that. And
Hmm.
so you really have to have thick skin, because you can be confident and then you can have people write you a nasty message. You can be confident and have people say something in front of everyone on social media. You're going to have all those things happen, but you have to just like, it's not about me, it's them. Um, Block, delete, whatever you need to do,
Hmm.
but cannot let that stop you. And you
Hmm.
definitely cannot let yourself stop you, because what if tomorrow was the day where everything just started to fall into place and you quit today? Would you want that for yourself? Or do you feel like, you know what, maybe I just need a break. If I'm not feeling confident in myself, there's something deeper going on. Maybe I just need a day off. Maybe I just need to just bake or go outside. That's my go-to. I'm just gonna do
Hmm.
something else.
Yeah.
It'll come back. You just have to, I think taking action is so powerful.
Mm. Goosebumps. I just got full body goosebumps when you said that. Because things become clear in action, right? You move forward, you
Hmm.
take a step forward, you know, then you're met with support, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, Lindsay. There's a lot here to look back at and listen to again. And I know it's going to help a lot of people and have a positive ripple effect around the world. So have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a pleasure.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you, Lindsay, for that conversation. Here are the key takeaways. You and your business are unique. A cookie cutter approach to your business is not the best strategy. Build it your way, it will be more sustainable. Choose what you want and reverse engineer it. That's an effective way to achieve your goals. You can have a highly profitable business and run lean. Run your business from ease and joy, not from desperation. Give your clients quick wins. That way they'll come back for more. Get clear on your messaging, who you're helping and how. Get ready for clients. It will make the onboarding process so much easier and make you look professional. Don't be afraid to sell. It's not about chasing dollars, but service. If we don't make offers, we can't help people. Take an inventory of your products and services. Many people are sitting on a gold mine. Show up as your authentic self. Then people will trust you and want to buy from you. Start your day with self care. It really is a way to start the day with a clear mind. Be here for more and work your way towards it. Opportunities will come as you take action. Be potent with your social media messaging. Be so dialed in that whatever you say makes such an impact to the listener that they can't help but keep watching. Protect your mental real estate. Distractions are costly to your time and your energy. Build your confidence by doing. Things become clear in action. Keep going. What if tomorrow was the day that things fell into place and you gave up today? Thank you so much for listening. It means a lot to me. These conversations are having such a positive ripple effect all around the world. So if you really enjoy them and want to spread those good vibes, please remember to subscribe, comment, like, and share with someone you care about today.